Hello guys, it's me Teacher Hanji and welcome back to my channel. So in this video tutorial, we're going to solve quadratic equation by extracting square roots. So for our objectives, find the solutions of quadratic equations by extracting square roots or square root property. I know you are familiar with this symbol because this symbol is the symbol for square root. So usually, a radical sign. And the number inside the radical sign is what we call the radical. So this is just to refresh you on what is a square root. So for your first activity, let us find the roots of the following. Square root of 9, square root of 16, square root of 81, square root of 121, and square root of 20. Paano nga ba ulit nakukuha ang roots ng square root? So, isip ka ng number na dapat mong i-multiply sa sarili niya. At yung product, dapat yun yung radical na nakikita nyo po dito. Let us start with square root of 9. Iisip nyo na ba yung number na i-multiply sa sarili niya na ang sagot ay 9? Yes, very good. It is positive 3 or negative 3. Ma'am, bakit po dalawa? Because positive 3 times positive 3 is equal to 9. And negative 3 is times negative 3 is still equal to positive 9. Since in our question, we are looking for positive 9, we need to consider the two answers. It should be positive 3 and negative 3. So let us move on with number 2, is square root of 16. What do you think is the root of this number? Yes, it is positive and negative 4. Same case with number 1, positive 4 times positive 4 is equal to positive 16. And negative 4 times negative 4 is equal to positive 16 as well. Therefore, the roots of the square root of 16 is equal to positive and negative 4. Number 3, square root of 81. Yes, it is positive and negative 9. First and second questions, we have positive 9 is equal to positive 81 and negative 9 times negative 9 is equal to positive 81 also. Next number 4, is square root of 121. Yes, it is positive and negative 11. Same case, positive 11 times positive 11 is equal to positive 121. And negative 11 times negative 11 is equal to positive 121. Therefore, the roots will be positive and negative 11. Last number is square root of 20. Ma'am, this one is not a perfect square. If the number or the radical is not a perfect square, we are going to think of its factors. Ano-ano po ba yung factors na 20 na pwede nating kuhanan ng roots? For example, 1 times 20. 1 is a perfect square. Kaya lang, kapag ginamit natin to, we will go back with square root of 20. So, hindi pwede. Maliban sa kanila, ano pa bang factors ni 20? Yes, it can be 2 times 10 or 10 times 2 is equal to 20. Still, when I extract square root of 10 and the square root of 2, wala namang perfect square dyan. So, hindi ko rin siya pwedeng gamitin. Ano pa ba? Yes, it can be 4 times 5 or 5 times 4. Why? Because 4 here is a perfect square. Considering 4 times 5 is equal to 20, the root of square root of 20 will be positive negative 2 square root of 5. Ma'am, sabi mo kanina 4. Yes, kaya lang, we are still extracting the roots for that two numbers. So, meaning, square root of 4 times square root of 5 is equal to square root of 20. Yan pa lang yun. So, what is the square root of 4? Yes, it is 2. And what is the square root of 5? Wala po. Kaya po, we will keep it as is. Therefore, the roots of square root of 20 is equal to positive, negative, 2 is square root of 5. That's it. Next. So what is square root property? If you still remember in our objectives, it states there that we are going to apply square root property. So when you say square root property, it states that if x squared is equal to c, then x is equal to square root of c, or x is equal to negative square root of c. When you say x squared, ito yung nasa una natin video, the quadratic term. And when you say c, this one is the constant term. If you notice, wala pong bx or the linear term. Yes, because when we are applying square root property, usually talagang 0 si linear term. So let us have example number 1. Solve the equation x squared minus 25 is equal to 0. Alala nyo kanina, the form should be x squared is equal to the constant. So, para mangyari yon, let us apply the addition property of equality. Gamitin muna natin yan. So, we need to isolate x squared here. Para maging solo na lang si x squared dito, we need to add a constant. Since negative 25 yan, magdadagdag tayo both sides ng positive 25. Para saan? Para maging 0 yung katabi ni x squared. So, ano na lang pong matitira? X squared is equal to 25. In this case, we will now, use the square root property, wherein we are going to extract the roots for x squared and 25. So, what is square root of x squared equal to? Yes, it is equal to x. Next, how about square root of 25? Yes, it is equal to positive and negative 5. Again, pag tinimes mo si 5, positive 5 times positive 5 is equal to positive 25. As well as negative 5 times negative 5 is equal to positive 25. Kaya po, ang roots natin is positive and negative 5. Ma'am, paano po malalaman kung tama yung sagot namin? We will do if x is equal to positive 5. So, start tayo kay positive 5 ha. Using the original equation, x squared minus 25 is equal to 0, we will substitute the solutions that we obtained from our first activity. So, instead of using x here, we will substitute the value of the solution. So, magiging 5 squared minus 25 is equal to 0. Ni-replace ko lang si x ng 5 kasi yan yung value ng 5 natin. 5 squared is equal to 25 minus 25. And 25 minus 25 is equal to 0. Therefore, our first solution is correct. Let us move on with our second solution. What if the value of x is equal to negative 5? Again, we will replace the value of x in our original equation. So, quantity of negative 5 squared minus 25 is equal to 0. Quantity of negative 5 squared is equal to, it is 25 minus 25. Same, 0 is equal to 0. Dahil pareho naman sila na nag-equal kay 0, meaning that ang solution ni x squared minus 25 is equal to 0 is positive and negative 5. Let us move on with problem number 2. Solve the equation x squared minus 11 is equal to 0. This one is the same with problem number 1. We will simply apply the addition property of equality para saan? To isolate x squared here. Since we have here negative 11, so we will add positive 11 to both sides. Making negative 11 plus 11 here 0, leaving x squared is equal to 11. Now, apply the square root property wherein we're going to extract the roots for x squared and 11. So, square root of x squared is equal to x, yes. And square root of 11 is equal to, ma'am, wala naman siyang ibang factors because 11 is a prime number. Yes, kung wala siyang ibang factors, we will now consider positive, negative square root of 11. Yan na po yung magiging solution. So, let us have the checking. Kung si x ay equal to square root of 11, using the original equation, we will substitute the value of x as what the solutions we obtained. So, kung square root of 11 yan, papalitan natin siya ng square root of 11 squared minus 11. So, square root of 11 will be equal to 11 minus 11. And 11 minus 11 is equal to 0, which is equal to 0 as well. Therefore, our solution is correct. Let's check whether negative square root of 11 is also a solution of this equation. Let us substitute negative square root of 11 to our original equation. We will have quantity of negative square root of 11 square minus 11 is equal to 0. Again, this will be equal to 11 minus 11 is equal to 0, and 0 is equal to 0. Therefore, the solution negative square root of 11 is also the solution of this equation. Let us have problem number 3. Solve the equation x squared minus 8 is equal to 0. Okay, same case, we will just do addition property wherein we will add positive a to both sides. Okay, so we will have x squared is equal to 8. Applying the square root property, we will have square root of x squared is equal to square root of 8. Okay, square root of x squared is equal to x, while 8 is still square root of 8. In this case, we will find the factors of 8 in which one of them is a perfect square. So, kanina si square root of 11, wala siyang ibang factors maliban kay 1. So, while si 8, marami siyang factors. So, kukuha lang tayo ng factor ni 8 na mayroong perfect square. So, ano po yun, ma'am? So, we will have square root of 4 times 2. Since 4 times 2 is still equal to 8, and 4 is a perfect square. So, pwede natin gamitin yan. Ano na lang po mangyayari? We need to get the roots of 4 and 2. There will be positive, negative, 2 is square root of 2. 2 for 4 for the radicand 4, and the square root of 2, since wala naman siyang ibang factors na maliban kay 1, so we will leave it as is. Therefore, the solution of x squared minus 8 is equal to 0 is equal to x is equal to positive negative 2 is square root of 2. Let us have example number 4. Solve the equation 2x squared plus 3x is equal to 35. Again, ma'am, paano na po yan? Meron na siyang 2 sa unahan ni x squared. Meron pa siyang dalawang constant. So, huwag kayong mag-alala, pareho lang tayo ng gagawin. Kung kanina ginamit natin yung addition property of equality, this time, gagamitin pa rin natin siya sa anong paraan. We need to isolate 2x squared here by adding negative 3 to both sides. So, ano na lang pong matitira? Total, magiging 0 na itong dalawa dyan, matitira na lang si 2x squared is equal to 35 minus 3 is equal to 32. Ma'am, na po susunod na gagawin? We need to again isolate x squared here. So, to isolate that, we need to divide both sides by the coefficient of x squared. So, ano bang coefficient na? Itong si positive 2. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan nating i-divide yung dalawa para maging 1 na lang to. So, ano pong mangyayari, ma'am? 2x squared divided by 2 is equal to, yes, and 32 divided by 2 is equal to, therefore, this will be our answer. X squared is equal to 16. Applying the square root property, we need to extract the roots of x squared and 16. Ano na lang yan? Square root of x squared is equal to x, and square root of 16 is equal to, tama, it is positive and negative 4. That is the solution of 2x squared plus 3 is equal to 35. Ito po yan. Okay, let us have our fifth example. Solve the equation quantity of x plus 4 squared is equal to 1. Alam ma'am, meron ng square sa dulo. So, ano pong gagawin natin? Unlike sa unang video tutorial, hindi tayo gagamit ng FOIL method dito. Ano na pong gagawin natin? Let us extract the root already. Para saan po? Para makancel na natin si radical sign at si exponent na 2. Na lang po yung matitira. X plus 4 is equal to positive negative 1. So, ano na po ang magiging solution or value ni x? Siyempre, dalawa yan. Kasi x plus 4 is equal to positive negative 1. So, ano gagawin natin? Let us add x using the positive 1 and later on, we will use the negative 1. So, let's start with this one first. In the addition property, magdadagdag ako ng negative 4 sa both sides kasi para maging 0 ang si 4 minus 4. So, ano na lang pong matitira? Yes. X is equal to negative 3. Yan na po yung value ni x. How about x plus 4 is equal to negative 1. So, ito naman yun. Same the first activity, we do addition property of equality. We add negative 4 to both sides and therefore, value of x is equal to negative 5. To conclude, the solutions are negative 3 and negative 5. That's it. Let us have our last example. Solve the equation 5 times quantity of x minus 2 squared is equal to 20. Ano na yan? Meron pang number outside the parentheses. So in that case, yes, again, we will not do distributive property. Hindi natin gagawin. At hindi rin natin gagawin si FOIL method. So ano pong gagawin natin? Una, isolate po na natin si quantity x minus 2 squared. Kailangan siya lang muna mag-isa dyan. So, paano po gagawin? May 5 na po sa tabi. Divide both sides by positive 5. Para etong dalawang to magiging 1 lang. So, invisible naman sila, hindi na makikita. And 20 divided by 5. Ano pong matitira? Matitira si quantity x minus 2 squared is equal to 4 because 20 divided by 5 is equal to 4. Next, same example number 5, we will now extract the roots. So we have x minus 2 is equal to positive negative 2. So same, para makuha natin si value ni x, let us have x minus 2 is equal to positive 2. So ito yan. So x minus 2 is equal to positive 2. Applying again the addition property, we will add positive 2 to both sides. Therefore, the value of x will be x is equal to positive 4. Let us have the second one. X minus 2 is equal to negative 2. So, yan yun. Applying addition property of equality, we will add again positive 2 to both sides. Therefore, x is equal to 0. Magiging 0 na yan kasi negative 2 plus positive 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, the solutions are 4 and 0. To check kung tama ang sagot nyo, pwede kayong gumawa ng checking kapareho na ginawa natin sa example number 1 and number 2. In general, square root property states that if x squared is equal to c, then x is equal to square root of c, or x is equal to negative square root of c. And every quadratic equation in one variable has exactly two solutions or roots. So, kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina, laging dalawa yung solution ni quadratic equation. Thank you for watching. See you again in my next video. Bye!